Hello, Scarlett. How are you?
I'm well. I'm swell. How are you?
Well and swell.
Doesn't sound very nice.
I suppose not. Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. All right. We are peppy today.
I mean, really and truly, when do we ever sound genuinely happy?
Yeah. I know. I've got to have a headshot for something for work.
Really?
And I'm quipped to someone else, like, oh my God, I'm going to have to practice smiling and actually being like, looking like I'm happy. And I was like, I don't know if this person realizes that I've just got a really dark sense of humor.
Oh.
And I was like, because that's quite a sad thing to hear, isn't it? I'm like, oh, I'm going to practice the art of smiling and pretending that I'm happy. And I was
God.
oh, that sounds really awful if you don't realize I'm just being really just moody.
Yeah.
But anyway, on a lighter note and definitely less moody note, we have a guest this week. You guys are going to hear us chat to Rach, who is a relatively new on her YouTube journey, talking about luxe fashion. Her YouTube is Chee Washington. We'll put all the proper stuff on our social media. But yeah, Rach is embarking on her luxury journey, and it was really interesting talking to her about why she wants to do it, what made her start it, and all of that.
Yeah, we got to talk to her about building a collection from scratch as well. I think very often we see a lot of YouTubers who aren't mindful of the cost of these things and how they build their collection and how they justify spending that much money. Rachel is a teacher, she's head of a department at her school that she works at, and she juggles that and does the YouTube thing. And so it's about juggling the time, but also the expense of being a YouTuber in this luxury fashion space, and also about where she wants to take her channel in general. So it was a good chat. She's ball of energy, really good vibes. So yeah.
The perfect personality for something like YouTube, I think you've got to be somebody who your personality can come across well, and she's definitely that person. And go check her out. Enjoy this chat, and without further ado, this is us chatting to Rach, Chee Washington.
We interrupt this broadcast to remind you, go follow us on Instagram, Style Over Substance Pod. Shoot us an email, styleoversubstancepeak@gmail.com. Find us on YouTube. Find us on Twitter. We've got all the links on our Instagram. You know what to do.
So hey, Rach. Or Chee Washington.
Whichever you prefer.
Thanks for joining us on our podcast and having a little chit chat. So we wanted to have you on because you're a really new YouTuber, and it was really to pick your brains about why you decided that you wanted to get into YouTube. How do you juggle it also with your day job? And there's a couple of other questions that I think you've touched on in some of your videos that I thought would be a good little chat.
Okay, so I mean, if I'm being very honest with you, you're asking me how do I juggle it. I don't know if I do juggle it. I really don't, because I fall off, get back on, fall off, get back on, consistently since I started. And it's usually when I'm off work. I'm a secondary school teacher, so it's usually when I'm on half term, or we were going through lockdown, so we're doing home learning. So my days were even though all of our lessons were online, I was doing it from 9 till 3 quite strictly. and I wasn't doing it. I wasn't working so much in my personal time, which I usually do when school is how it is. So I felt like I had extra time, and I was like, okay, look, new year, let me pursue things that I'm interested in. I always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I just didn't know what I would start a YouTube channel on. And I got into luxury. It was actually my sister. She wanted to buy a luxury bag. She wanted a designer handbag. Like, we bought like beginning designer with like Michael Kors when we've gone on holiday from the outlets, and you're like, all right, let me get on board. Oh, I've got an expensive bag for me. Like, back in the day, Michael Kors was mad expensive. So like, that's as far as I ever went. She's like, let's step it up. Like, I really want to get like a real designer, like the higher end designer. So she was looking for one, but she wasn't sure what to get first. And she was looking at the Gucci Dionysus. No, actually, first of all, she was looking at Louis Vuitton. She didn't know which one she wanted to get. She was looking at the Alma BB. At that point, I didn't even know I didn't know the names of bags. I didn't know. I just know what they look like. I thought that the monogram was the original print, and then come to find that actually Damia Ben is the original print. But I remember saying to her, oh, well, if you're going to get your first designer bag, it should be loud. Like, it should have the LV sign on there, like, rather than get the checkerboard. And she started watching videos on YouTube, basically. She sent me a link to say, oh, she's interested in this bag. And that was the Gucci Dionysus wallet and chain. What do I think? And I watched the bag. And from there, I just fell down a hole on YouTube. From just clicking the link. What do you want to watch this next? Do you want to watch? Yeah, literally watching the next video. And I was like, okay, so this is a thing. People just like talk about their designer bags. And I just found it interesting. And like, that was for her. She wanted to get it, but I was in the same mindset as, I also want to elevate my handbag collection and go into the luxury. I haven't always been into luxury. It never really interested me in the beginning. I could admire it from afar, but I wasn't, my money wasn't set up that way that I could afford to buy designer. So I wasn't even looking towards it. So when I felt like, oh, actually, I feel like I can afford it, I just watched loads of YouTube before I bought my first bag. And then I started watching collection videos, and I was like, I want to do this. I think I'm going to get a bag, and I'm going to unbox it, because I watch unboxings as well. I was like, okay, I'll get a bag, I'll unbox it, and then take it from there. I never really had any long-term plans of what exactly am I doing with this channel? Like, how realistic is it to maintain this for the channel? So yeah, long story kept long, sorry. But yeah, does that answer that question?
Yeah, and I think that's a great way to start a YouTube journey, is kind of just doing it for the joy of it.
Exactly.
And how did you feel filming that first video?
It was fun. I was just like, oh,
did you feel uncomfortable or awkward, or did you feel like you just thought about it so much?
Rachel's she's quite good with like attention and performance, and you're quite a performer, Rachel. You're quite a jokester.
Oh my gosh. Do you know what? You say this, but I feel like I have like personality types. I have that type where I can be like a performer and I can be on show, but I also have the side of me where I'm not like that at all. Like, I don't like to be the center of attention, funnily enough. But then obviously I feel like you have to have something like that in your personality to put yourself out there like that. So clearly I must like the attention to some degree. I think for me, when I'm filming, I don't feel uncomfortable because I'm not really thinking about who's watching it. I'm just thinking, this is something fun for me, and I'm definitely going to watch it back because I find it entertaining. Even I find myself entertaining, which I don't know. That's
quite interesting.
Weird. But yeah, I'm pressure on it. Well, in the beginning, I don't put pressure on it. I filmed the video. I was thinking it was fun. I liked it, maybe someone else will like it. I'll put it out there. Like, it was all fun, like taking a picture for the thumbnail, put in the caption, trying to make it enticing. I did actually watch some YouTube tutorials, like how to make a thumbnail, what to do for your names, like so that it gets searched up. Because when I was deciding, okay, what am I going to do on YouTube? It was like, this is something that I really enjoy watching. So I'm going to make things that I enjoy. Like all of the tutorials say find your niche, and I was like, okay, this is kind of niche. Like when I did it, I didn't want to tell my friends. I would rather strangers watch it than my friends watch it. In front of strangers, I won't be embarrassed, but in front of my friends, I'll be a bit embarrassed.
Oh, that's
especially
true.
If they're not all into designer, and they're just like, oh, why? Like, for some people, it's like, oh, what? Who talks about having designer items? It's very showy off,
or like a bit crass.
Like, they might not get it. Yeah, like they might not get it, or they might have designer and think, okay, it's nothing special. Like, why are you getting excited because you got designer? I've been having it. I don't know. Like, I just would rather do it for people who genuinely watch these things rather than my friends who might not, and they're only watching it because it's me, and they don't get it. So
yeah, and I think you have to understand the YouTube thing too.
Exactly.
You know, like some people kind of don't understand, well, why would you film yourself doing that? It's like, I've watched so many hours of YouTube, so like, if that's your thing, then
exactly. It's like either you get it or you don't get it. So when I first put it out, I only told a few people. So I told your sister, Eloise. I told my other two friends, and then that was it. And I just let it go out there, and it was getting views because those kind of videos, they do have an audience. People do watch it. And then from there, so the first bag I unboxed was the Louis Vuitton Alma BB, which was actually a Christmas present. And I'm not the sort of person that gets designer items as gifts. It was like, he saved a long time. My partner, he saved a long time to get that, and he hadn't gotten me a gift for so long that it was like, okay, make it worth it. Like, this time I said, look, you didn't get me a birthday present, you didn't get me a Christmas present, or the year before. So add it up. This is what I want. I don't usually ask you for things, especially this expensive, but now I am going to. And I'm giving you a whole year in advance to get yourself together and get it for me for Christmas. Because that's what I want to do. Yeah. That's what I want. And I'm going to make I'm going to start my YouTube channel with it. So double pressure on you for my joy and for my hobby that I want to, that avenue I want to try and pursue.
Yeah. So I have a question for you, actually, like going back to something you said and kind of linked to this as well, is like getting started. I think there's a lot of people who would love to get started with YouTube, especially into like the fashion side of it. I've definitely considered doing YouTube, but then, and Scarlett and I recently discussed about, we wouldn't have started this podcast had we not been working from home, because it just gave us like that time and that flexibility and like doing things on the clock and doing things after work and things. And so like you said, you now that you're back at work, like in school, it's harder to juggle these things, whereas before you had that time when you were always at home. So do you kind of have any advice, or you're starting to put like a structure in how you can like put your videos out and how you can like make it happen, because it's something you clearly want to do for the fun of it?
Yeah, exactly. I think if I was to give advice, what I found is try and film multiple videos in a day, like just bang it out. So let's say now, the last 4 videos I had, I filmed them all in one day. I literally just changed my top, because you only see the top half. Because I just feel like, let's make it seem like it's a different day rather than where
everyone does it.
Yeah, and I'm wearing the same thing. Like, it's clearly all like, let people, when they're watching it, they like to feel like this is in real time. Like, it's just part of the experience. So film multiple videos and then space it out as you edit them. You don't need anything. Don't feel like, oh, I can't start because I don't have the software or I don't have the skills, because everything can be learned on YouTube. There's a tutorial for everything. If you've got a Mac, you can use iMovie. You can even use iMovie on your phone. I think that the computer version is a bit easier to handle, especially when you're uploading it. But there's other things that you can, I looked at all different kind of ones that are free that you can use to edit your videos. Take time to make a good thumbnail. I make my thumbnails on my phone. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but it should be something that makes people a little bit enticed. Like, it should have the keywords or things like that. It depends on what your video is. Like, if you're doing outfit videos, then have 3 different outfits that you're wearing, pictures of you wearing outfits in the thumbnail. Look at things that you watch. What do the thumbnails look like? And just copy that. Like, everyone does the same thing with those thumbnails, and it does work. And in terms of like juggling your time, I feel like filming multiple videos in a day helps you with the juggling time thing, but you also have to find ways to keep yourself motivated, because I think that once I've come back to work, like, luxury is just not on my mind anymore. Like, I had items in my head that I was thinking, okay, I want to get this Gucci bag and I want to get this Jacques Mus bag.
That was that lockdown shopping spree everyone was
literally it got me. I just felt like I need this. And then when I came back to work, I was like, yeah, but where am I going? Where are all these bags? I'm not going anywhere. So why do I feel like I need it now? But it's this thing of luxury. These high-end luxury brands, they make you feel like you need it now because they keep increasing their prices. So you're just like, oh, if I'm gonna get it, I better get it now. Actually, it's the smart, it's the financially better decision to get it now when it's a bit cheaper than wait, and then it becomes more expensive. So you kind of rationalize it, and you end up buying things that you don't really need now, but you've convinced yourself that now is the time to get it. And I've just kind of taken a step back and said, look, relax. You don't need to get it now. Like, if it increases, then it increases. Then you decide, is it still worth it? If it's not, then let it go. If it is, then buy it. But yeah, I think with the luxury designer bag kind of videos, there's only so many bags you're going to buy, and I don't have a huge collection, so it's about going down different avenues in luxury. Like, you don't always have to buy the item to talk about the item. There's lots of videos now where they just give their commentary. Like, I know you guys had Cassie Thorpe, who is someone that I watched and thought, oh my gosh, this girl is hilarious. She's so funny. I like the fact that she just puts her personality in it. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to be myself and like, talk about what I like and just share my views. And I'm considering going down the commentary avenue. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if I'm knowledgeable enough to really give my opinion. So I don't want to give an opinion if I don't really know what I'm talking about. So like, I know what I like, but I don't know if I'm a fashionista to that level.
I think there's value in that, though, not feeling like
in being just a normal person looking at the bags, because like, I don't know all the ins and outs of the bags, and I design bags. Like, I don't know the ins and outs of that. So like, as a normal person who would be looking to buy it, I wouldn't care if like it's last year's model or like, the little details. I would like probably appreciate someone who I could relate to going, yeah, I just don't know if I would buy that bag, and like, is it worth it? And actually, like, hang on, I think they had something better like the year before, or like more just like colloquial sort of knowledge that we all could have.
Yeah, like you see, Balenciaga, they come out with all these like ridiculous pieces that are overpriced, and there's always commentary about like people kind of slagging off Balenciaga for what they do, and it's that outsider's perspective of like, listen guys, let's be real, this is ridiculous, let's not get sucked into the hype. So I think people can relate. even from that perspective.
That's very true. That is very true. Yeah, so maybe I'll go down that path. You've convinced me, guys. Yeah, I'm feeling re-motivated to shoot some videos. But I feel like the kind of the luxury community, well, I'm not part of the bigger, like the big YouTubers, but it's just such a nice environment. I just get such nice comments on my videos, and I'm like making YouTube friends, and people are just nice. And like in all the videos I've posted, I've only ever got like one dislike button. And it really hurt my heart. I was like, am I made for this? Am I built for this? Like, what did you dislike? There was one video where I was trying to do a what's in my bag, and my daughter came in, and I was like, go away. And then she goes away, and then someone commented, oh my God, I can't believe you shouted at your daughter like that. I was thinking, oh, give it a rest, right? Honestly, I just deleted the comment, but I was like, okay, so this is it, like 0.001%. Like for the big YouTubers, can you just imagine how much they just get randomly from random. I was just like, oh, I don't know if I blew, I don't know if I'm ready for abuse. I don't think I'm strong enough to take any kind of negative energy directed at me. Like this. But it's been so positive. It's been nice. That's and every time when it takes long for me to upload a video, and then someone's like, oh, where are you? I miss you. And these are people who I don't know. They're just people who
really
have,
good.
following me, and it's just really nice. And I feel like, yes, we don't know each other, but I do.
We've spoken about how like how sometimes fashion, you get a lot of like snobby people, and you work with like difficult characters and whatnot. But you're right, when I've watched videos, I don't know if it's the same for you, Scarlett, but I've watched videos and you look in the comment section and people want you to, like, they want you to buy things, they want you to talk about it, they almost like encourage your videos. So I can see that like they're not really, I don't really say, oh God, girl, that's really ugly, why did you buy that sort of comment. It's always like, I really love that one, or I know you're gonna style it great. You're right, actually.
It's just because it's just normal people. It's just normal people who are interested in those things. Some of them might have designer collections, others don't, and they're just like living through you, and they want to. That's why I watch the unboxings. It's like, I don't have these massive collections, but I'm just going to enjoy your collection. Like, open another one. Oh my God, you see another one. Oh, lovely. I just find pleasure in it, rather than like if you're envious of it. Like, I don't see it as a show off thing. I just see it as you're sharing it, and I get to enjoy it with you. I don't know. It's really weird, but yeah.
But I think with the show off thing, I think it's the intention behind the video. So I think if someone creates it and they're genuinely sharing because we're all nosy enough and want to see, like and that comes across and stuff. But do you think there's such a thing as like too big a collection? Like, as someone who's got a small collection, you often see people who start off like with a small collection and they start out on YouTube, and then it picks up, and then their collection becomes kind of just like much bigger than probably they anticipate, probably because they need to make videos and like then also have the funding to do it. Can you see yourself like really growing a big collection, or are you quite like content with just having like the few that you have?
I don't think I'm content. I think I'm the kind of person that I want another one. I want another one. I'll be
consumerism,
man. Consumerism has got me.
It has me too.
I'm fully involved. I'm fully a part of the system, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, like, hi, I'm Chee Washington, and I'm a luxury addict. Like, I'm okay with it. And I just feel like as long as it's within your means, the problem is when you start like getting things that you can't afford, putting it on credit cards, like, and not being able to pay it back. And that's when it's too far. But I know me. I'll say, oh yeah, this is my last one, and then I'll buy another one. And I usually do all my shopping in like the middle of the night. Like I wake up and I'm just like, okay, go on then. I'm that kind of morning 3
That's the
a.m.
impulsive
shopper.
hour.
That's really impulsive. I know that if I wake up and like I've had a glass of wine the night before and I see an email, I'm like, I had some real confidence there, didn't I?
I know.
Your parcel has been shipped and you're like, which parcel?
But doesn't it feel so good when you get your parcels being dispatched? Like, it gives me such a high feeling. I think that if you like some of these really big YouTubers that have hundreds of bags that you couldn't possibly wear, you don't wear those bags. Like for me, bags are to wear, not for decoration. Yeah. But I think some of these big YouTubers with big luxury collections, they get to the point where they just want it because it's part of a collection. Like they want to have the trifecta, they want to have all three prints, but they don't actually even like the Damier Azor print, but they're getting it because they want all three. They're not even going to use it, but they just think that this is something they should have. And I feel like I kind of fell into that with my mini pochette. I love it. It's cute, but it's like a little pouch that's supposed to go in your bag. Like, did I really need that? I don't know. It's so cute. And because it was so hard to get, I was obsessed with getting it. And that's what Louis Vuitton does very well. They make everything so hard to get. It's always out of stock. So when it's finally in stock, that's when it's like 2 a.m. You just checked your phone and you see it's in stock. Bam, buy it. That's it.
That's Scarlett and her beauty advent calendars when they get released.
But yeah, no, that
literally, I don't blame you, because when it's hard to get, you're gonna be even more determined to get it. And
yeah, it's a really clever move that they have.
It's so clever. And yeah, I almost bought a Louis Vuitton agenda last night, and I was just like, no. I had willpower, and I just said no, because I had it in my basket. I had it in my saved items, and I am a planner person. But right now I've got like a Cath Kidston planner. Like it's, I think it was £8. It's cute. It does what it needs to do. But I was like, oh, maybe I need an LV planner organizer thing. And I had the really tiny one on there, and it was £240. And I was like, oh yeah, it's kind of cheap. And I was like, who am I? Like, who am I that now, like, however many years ago, Michael Kors was too expensive. Like, I'm only buying it from the outlet. Now I'm looking at agendas and I'm saying, £250. Oh, that's kind of cheap. That's actually all right. Oh, I'll put that on my list. It came in stock. I was like, oh, should I buy it? Because it's never in stock. Should I buy it? Should I buy it? And I literally talked myself out of it. And I said, no, you don't need it. You've got a planner. You don't need it. It's so tiny. And it doesn't even come with the inserts. It's just the case for £240, and it's not even, it's canvas, it's and then leather, for crying out loud.
You have to buy the paper that fits in it, and I bet you can't buy the paper anywhere.
That you can only buy
you can get like the Filofax ones, but they don't fit properly. But they do have lots of places on Etsy that I wouldn't buy the LV. Actually, saying that, I probably would. It's really bad, because I'm just like, oh, it's expensive because it's just paper. But then in context, £60 is not that expensive. But for what it is expensive. I don't know. I've come to the point now where, like, my what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not able to really. Oh, sorry, guys, I've lost my words. I'm not able to put these prices in context properly. I'm now so into the LV prices that nothing really seems too ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh yeah, an agenda that you could buy from Filofax for £10 for £260 doesn't seem too bad, because the next size up, the medium, is £450. So it's a bit of a sticky one, but I feel like what I have, I'm happy with. I don't have any regrets. And for me, handbags are not like investments. Someone was asking me the other day, like, handbags are just really nice things that I just like. I like it, so I'll buy it. and I'll use it. And yeah, it's just as simple as that. Like when I see the price go up, it feels good to know, oh yeah, it's more expensive, and I got it when it was a bit cheaper, so I feel good for that. But I don't see it as an investment. And I also don't see myself going down like that crazy route of Chanel prices, and I don't see myself ever really buying a Chanel because that's just too much. My mind hasn't walked so much that I'm like seeing £7,000 as not too bad. Like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, I think that price distortion is the idea is really interesting because like we've talked about it before, like we're just regular people. We talk about fashion, we've worked in it. We've like had proximity to this stuff before, but still you can still watch these YouTube videos and collections and things and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that as well. Or, you know, and then I don't know if it's because like we think luxury fashion is kind of being treated like fast fashion in the way that people are buying it more often,
it definitely
more frequently, and then we start to believe that like, oh yeah, a £1,500 bag is okay because it's like it's not Chanel prices, it's not Hermes prices, it's still reasonable, you know, something around that £1,000 mark is still, yeah, that's reasonable, where really that is a month's rent, bills and transport for for like all of us.
I know, like I would hate to like add up the amount of things
don't do
that
it
I
don't
bought, because
it.
then it's like, wait, huh? What? that would blow my mind. So oh my gosh, like what? These things are expensive. They are. And I feel like all my bags, for me, they're always around the £1,000 mark. I haven't gone to that stage of buying a bag for like over 2,000.
Yeah, that's what happened to me earlier this year. I bought a bag. I still haven't told my other half how much I spent on it. I hope he's not around. And yeah, so I'm scared, like Scarlett, you were saying, like you're scared that it would be like Pandora's box. It would like open up.
That I then think I can justify it more and more.
Yeah, and I think it does because like the first designer bag I looked at was £600, and I was like, oh, I really want this. 600. It was the Gucci Dionysus Super Mini, like the bag that can't even hold your phone. Like it can't hold anything. It's basically a purse. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want this, and I'll be so happy. I'll have my little Gucci. I wanted it as a gift for my family, for all of them to put some money towards it. They didn't get it for me. It's like, okay, this is fine. My partner ended up getting it for me. So actually, that was the very first designer bag he got me. And then soon after, I realized that, well, that is not where the prices are for like an actual bag. So then I now move my sights to the £1,000 mark, and that's where I see the Alma BB. Then I move it up a bit more, and I'm like, oh, I want to know. And then it's just like, yeah. At one point, £600 was my limit of how much I'm going to spend. Then it went up to £1,000, and then I'm buying the Gucci Dionysus small for £1,675 £70, and I
the
cannot
pennies.
believe I actually, yes, I still remember it, like that coming out of my account. I just couldn't believe I spent that much. And it was the same thing like with my partner. I was just like, it was about 1,005, like about that, like, you know, rounding it down and not really want to say exactly how much it cost. Not that he's gonna have any judgment on me for how much I spent on it, but I was just like kind of embarrassed about.
Yeah, you feel it yourself, don't you? You feel that guilt or that like shame yourself.
Yeah, like I literally felt guilty. Like, why did I spend so much money on a bag? I love the bag. Like, wow, it was so expensive. But I think once you wear it, you kind of get over it. It's just like,
And do you think
we
a higher
deserve
price
nice
point?
things.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think a higher price point gives more of a buzz? Like the more you spend on something, the more buzz you get when it's dispatched.
Psychological manipulation.
Like, do you think that's a thing?
I don't think so for me.
So would you get the same buzz out of a Zara bag?
Oh, no. Yeah, it does. Yeah, no, I don't get this. Yeah, designer. Yeah, no, it does. It gives me a high. It does give me a buzz. Like, it's just like,
But price,
I feel like it feels like an accomplishment as well.
Yeah.
Like,
price is
I've
exclusivity,
got to a
though,
point
isn't
that
it?
I can afford it, and I feel so proud of myself
Yeah,
that
for
I
sure.
could actually buy it. And yeah, definitely, there's a bit of a flex in there. Like, yeah, I'm part of the exclusive club that can afford to buy this. So I think there definitely has to be that element of it, because if you don't care about that, like with all the quality issues and everything, and we can't just stand on the, oh yeah, but it's much better quality. Yes, it is, but it's not quality alone. It's also the name, it's the brand. For me personally, I think that is a part of it. But like, I'm not always, I don't know. Sorry. The designer gives me a buzz. It does. It gives me a high that I don't get from like getting the Zara bags. But I still do like my cute contemporary bags. I still buy bags off of ASOS and I still wear them out. And then my partner's saying to me, why are you wearing that bag when you've got your £1,000 bags there and you're wearing this £12 bag from ASOS?
You got to get your price per wear. No, you got to get that Gucci price per wearing.
No, but also it might not be with the outfit.
But then I know, I'm just like, well, that's not for today. That's not the
look today.
Like, and you know what? I'm on both sides, because on the one side, get your price per wear your Gucci wherever you want to wear it. But then sometimes I'm just like, I still am in that headspace where I'm like, I'm not gonna wear it here because am I showing off if I wear it? Like, why am I wearing this to go to this place? It's not a big occasion. Like, why am I wearing this there? I don't know. I think I'm still very early new to the designer. Although my newest purchase, which is an oldie but goodie, the Louis Vuitton Speedy B, which I think it's either love it or hate it, and I do love it. I have just started wearing it every day. I just wear it just to my mum's house, just to the shop.
Yeah, of course.
Just out. I'm just like, and I was so because I got it in the monogram and it's got the vachetta. I was like, oh, what if it rains, water drops? And I am careful with it, but I just wear it. I feel so. It feels good to just wear it, and it's just I'm over the like fear of wearing it out. So
I think things are to be enjoyed.
Exactly. So
I know that you are going to have to shoot off in a little bit, but we have some quick fire questions, don't we, Scarlett?
Oh, okay. Let me find for you.
I don't know if you'll be able to answer them quickly though.
I'll try.
Okay. What's your most worn item in your wardrobe?
Clothes or bag?
Whichever you'd rather choose. Maybe bag, because of the topic.
Bag right now is my Louis Vuitton Speedy B, and my other most worn item I have to put in there are my Crocs. I'm a Croc lover and I wear Crocs everywhere.
Yes, I have influenced my mum, my sister, my other half.
Scarlett, you sound like you are not about
she's
the
a
Croc
Croc. She's a Croc hater. She's a Croc hater.
Get on board. I love it. And you know what? I get stopped.
Are your Crocs inside shoes or are they outside shoes?
Hell yeah, they're outside shoes. Wear it everywhere. I wear it to the shop. I wear it out. I wear it to the cinema. I wear it to school.
Do you accessorize them? Have you got?
I accessorize them. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's all over.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh God, Miranda's going to buy me a pair at some point.
Christmas away.
Once you wear it and you feel how comfortable it is, and you personalize it with your gibbets, you'll see how cute it is. But I think it is definitely a love it or hate it. Growing up, I hated Crocs and I thought they were really ugly. I thought they were like nurses' shoes, but I've done a 180.
What's your question then?
Oh, okay. If you had £1 million, this is what Scarlett's asked me before. If you have £1 million and you can only spend it on frivolous items, nothing investment, you have to blow through it. What are like the first 5 things that you're going to get?
Holiday?
No, it can't be a holiday either.
Oh,
it can literally only be like superficial.
It's like wish list items.
Okay, Chanel, a Chanel jumbo, lambskin, gold hardware.
She's
a Cartier love bracelet, a Rolex, shoes, Louboutins. Actually, no, Animal Wadi, something nice, some nice shoes, and a belt. No, Hermes. A Birkin. I guess. Yeah. Just because, I don't even really like the look of Birkins, but I'll just buy it just because, I got £1 million and I have to spend it. A Birkin. Yeah. £20. No, 30. Birkin 30.
Ooh.
In a loud colour, like pink.
Yeah.
In like a exotic skin. What's it called? Skin, yeah.
Oh.
Because why not?
Yeah, you got the money. What's your favourite item in your wardrobe?
Favorite
or collection?
Favorite item is my Gucci Dionysus small.
Is that because of the sort of like it being your first bag?
Yeah, it's the first bag that I bought myself, and it's my most expensive bag. And it was like I saved for a long time for it, so it felt really good to buy it.
Awesome. And what are you lusting after next?
Well, I'm lusting after the Jacques Mus Grand Bambino, because I just think it's cute, it's simple, it's nice. I don't have any Jacques Mus, and it's quite, I say affordable, but in inverted commas, compared to the others. And then the Gucci Supreme Messenger Neo, it's a mouthful, but it's like a messenger bag with the green and red webbing strap. And I think that'd just be nice for an everyday bag. It's carefree. There's nothing to worry about with that one. So yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Rach, for joining us today and having a good old chat about just buying absolute nonsense for fun.
Thank you. It was so fun. Like, oh my gosh, I ramble so much. I talk so much, but you guys were really lovely. Thank you.
Well, we'll catch you later and we'll let you know when this episode's out.
All right then. Thank you.
So that was our conversation with Rach. We hope you enjoyed it. Go and check her out on YouTube. She also has an Instagram. It's Chee_Washington_Lux. Don't quote me on that, but we'll post the links with this episode and on our Instagram. And yeah, go and show her some love on her luxury journey. Thanks again, guys, for listening to another episode of Style Over Substance. I've been Mim.
And I've been Scarlett.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.